Broadcast live.
Only thing also I feel, and this is my opinion, I think that like hip hop is also complex.
Yeah.
And I don't think house is not complex, because if you want to, you can put Amapiano under house. You can put Gom under house. You could put like that jazzy stuff under house. You could put like the trance under house.
Yeah.
You know, it's also complex. But it's because I think that the people who understand, the people behind radio understand the complexities of house. So they're able to house it where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But in hip hop, if you don't understand the complexities, that you can have an artist like AKA, while having an artist like Shane Eagle, while having an artist like Aries,
Yeah.
while having an artist like Busiswa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And another one like Shoma Josie, you know. But all this is still under hip hop, but the sounds are all gonna be different.
Yeah.
So if you don't know which one to put for which mood, for which time, you kind of look at it all and go, it's just all hip hop.
And I think,
you know, I don't know.
Also, like, dance music is dance music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to a party, even if you play like a brand new song, people carry on dancing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas in with hip hop, people literally stop and listen. If they don't know it, they stop.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I'm assuming, my assumption is it's always easier for people to adapt to a house song.
Fair. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
Yeah.
and with hip hop, like you say, there's so many complexities, so many different types of artists. Some artists you actually need to sit down and listen to, you know, and to really appreciate what they're about, you actually need to sit down and listen to. And I feel like those types of songs should be on radio.
Let's just talk about a guy who's doing well, and he raps, you know. I mean, Nasty's a guy that raps, right?
Yeah.
You got like AKA AKA raps, but like he's got mainstream joints, you know.
Yeah.
You got Casper, who literally makes mainstream joints and collaborates, it does whatever he does.
Yeah.
Then you got someone like Rouge, she also raps. But I can tell you there's someone in a conversation in hip hop that's saying, out of the four, this one has the better song, even though the numbers are showing something different,
Yeah.
that maybe AKA or Nasty's got the most streams.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that hip hop is broad, and as a playlister, you need to be able to go, you know what, maybe Nasty can be on drive time because of the following, but if it was someone else on that same Nasty beat and he never had the following, maybe we could put that like in the evening or
Yeah.
something like that, because you remove Nasty from the beat and it's just any other rapper, it
Yeah.
starts becoming like maybe hard rap music, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So you need someone that's also able to kind of like unpack the type of rap that you're about, that you're getting. I don't know if radio has that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I'm saying. So like, we need to understand it as well. You know, like as people that make music and people that hand in music. Is it one person? Because everybody seems to be blaming one person.
Yeah.
But apparently, there's a whole committee. But even to a point where the people in the committee are also
blaming
like,
one-
no,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
why can't it be public knowledge on how it works? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we understand what radio stations are looking for?
Yeah.
Maybe you should start having interviews with them and saying, dude, like, what's the real story? How does it work? You know, because there's so many stories about it, about how music gets playlisted. And I never want to use platforms to downplay stuff, but I really feel like if it became public knowledge, a kid in PE trying to get on Metro, how does that kid in PE get his song on Metro? Do you know what I'm saying? Is every song being played that's emailed? What's the process? What's the look? Maybe even have a talk about, okay, maybe this is how you must package your stuff.
Yeah.
If you package it like this, you might stand out more. You know, like, let's make those things open for people to understand so that we can all grow. I mean, people come to me sometimes, they're like, dog, I'm not getting playlists, and I'm like,
In the same boat.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's how the game is. Nobody really understands, and I think we all need to push. But like VG always says to me, he's like, dog, if you don't think out the box, you'll be stuck in the same place. So like, that's why I'm enjoying what the kids are doing with the internet and all that stuff. The way they're pushing their stuff, it's unique, it's different.
Yeah.
but I would still love our music to be on radio.
For me, more than anything, a lot of these kids deserve to be played on radio.
Yeah, they do.
And because it opens other doors, you know. But I don't like to always discuss the problems, but I've also got a solution. I'd say for radio, across the board, whether you're a private station, we've got the data on the streaming platforms. Someone needs to be like it's like journalism. Someone needs to do the research on what's the top 20 in the hip hop charts, right, or whatever the case be. And then once you get it, whether it's local or global, then you gotta, because you're on the South African like Spotify, iTunes, Deezer account. Then when you start getting that, then that person has to start doing the back end story of that.
Yeah.
So you have one playlister that focuses on that. Then you've got someone who's out of Joburg, where streaming is not a thing because of the Wi-Fi, because of whatever. So because those guys are literally streaming, that person still does it traditionally.
Yeah.
Then you get your traditional playlister.
Exactly.
Your traditional playlister who literally sits and listens like old school, like, okay, that works, that's what he does. So I think that like they literally need to have him in those things. So the job of being that is that, man, your playlister can go, but B, you're not charting over here.
Yeah.
And then maybe you have a committee of the guys that get submissions, and that is based on the form. Because what's the radio format when you actually can listen beyond a listener's format?
Yeah.
Because what streaming companies are doing, they're literally showing you a listener's format, which literally almost like discards a radio's format to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Well, at least if you are in an urban space. I mean, that's the way it needs to work.
I definitely agree with you, but we can talk about it all we want. Though.
Yeah.
Like, I think at the end of the day, it's up to those people in positions to do it for us, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like complaining, man. I just believe in making good music. If you spot somebody, if you believe in somebody, give somebody an opportunity and not just hide it to yourself, you know, especially us DJs, even artists, man, OGs. I think we should be brainless. Find your own kid and like invest back in them, whatever. Sorry, I changed the radio thing because I wasn't comfortable. I feel like I'm gonna go crazy. So I thought, let's leave it. You know, let's leave it. Let's make good music.
Keep
let's
the same
focus.
energy.
Let's make good music and let's push.
Look, I wasn't complaining. I was just trying to come with a solution.
No, that's
Not
a
that
brilliant
anyone is
solution.
gonna
I'm
listen,
saying, I'm
you know.
hoping they hear you, so
Yeah.
that those strategies can be put in.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Talking about helping other people. Faith K posted something when you dropped the album, like thanking you for putting on the album and saying that, like, you know, people might think that just because she's working with you, it could have been easy for her to get on the album, but like it took so much for her to get in there. I mean, you are working with Faith K, or you did invest some time, money with Faith K. It almost sounds like it's in your best interest for her to be on the album in any case, and yours too. But what were the things that she had to tick for you to go, okay, you can get on?
She had to be like a better artist.
Yeah.
She had to. She. If you listen to Faith K's music, she's changed so much from when she started to what she is today.
Yeah.
And like, to her, it's almost even a complaint, like, dog, like, you're not putting me on pop bottles, what's going on, you know, like, you're not, but I told her, dude, like, dude, you gotta be the best, you gotta work hard, like, where your name is, my name is also floating there somewhere, you know, so you gotta be fresh, you gotta be dope, you gotta find yourself, and I think by the time, trying to think which was the last song of hers I added. So the one with Kid X and Cypher, we did that a while ago. But I love the song and she had the right energy on the song. She had to get to a point where
It's the song with SBK.
Yeah, I got 20 songs on the album.
That's another.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
It's
it's pretty hard for me to snap back. She had to find herself. Even on that song, we had to find the right sound for her for that specific song.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she works hard, man. She works really, really hard.
So you basically gave her, you said my name is there. You gave her Chico and Son kind of talk.
Yeah, man. I mean, I believe in her and I know what she can do.
Yeah.
But now the world has to believe in her in general, you know. So it's not just getting to a studio and just making a song like
Yeah.
you think. You actually have to hone in on your skills and perfect it, you know.
When
And
you look at her though, I mean, what made you mess with the female singer versus a male singer or just a male rapper? You know what I mean?
I just liked her energy.
Yeah.
Like her energy, the energy is what sold her first, before the talents and the studio session. She's just, you know, when somebody's lively, they pick up on songs quickly.
Yeah.
They know what's going on. Like, oh, they understand what a producer, which producers are dope, how they work.
Yeah,
You know, and then she had a song with, well, she says it was just, they were just playing along in the studio with Zucci. When I heard that song, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? This is dope. And then you get into studio, then you realize, okay, sharp, now you got to make the artist, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it took some time, but she's there, she's nice. She's good with it.
I think that like also just going to music is moving from, people are tired of more, people just want feeling.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So when you do talk about energy, if someone has already got it and they can put it in music, you know,
can't buy energy, bro.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can't do is like, you can find the best artist or the artist that makes the best music, but they can't sell the music.
Yeah.
You can't teach them how to do it. It's gotta come from them. Do you know what I'm saying? So energy is important, man. Even the vibe in the studio. If you have the right energy, me as a producer, as a DJ in the same studio as you, we click, you know what I'm saying? We start to throw ideas, nobody takes it hard, you know, like everybody's on the same page that, yo, we're trying to make the best song now, you know? And that needs energy, you can't just...
You know, my biggest lesson, because you were in the studio with a bunch of guys doing this album, guys and girls, that my biggest lesson about like energy was how, and this taught me that like, never take things from your perceptions without you actually knowing what the source is going through. I'd always ask myself when I was a kid, but DMX is so whack. You know? Like, yo, DMX is so whack. The meaning. I'm like, oh, but that guy is so whack.
Yeah.
But I never understood the source of where his words were coming from and the energy. Because I was like, Black Thought, you know, they got those metaphors, they like them lyricists. And one thing that like rappers miss a lot of times is that, including myself, is that it's all about feeling. You could say the wackest thing, and it's feeling. And the more I started like looking back home, I started hearing some of the things that Flabber would say, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd go, yo, let me say it. And it just never sounded right.
Yeah.
But the feeling he brought to it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you look at, people can have their, I don't want to drop names, you can have an opinion about a certain rapper, but that rapper sells to like the masses beyond
Name
who
names,
surrounds
this is a
you.
rapper's show.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna name names.
Unless you're saying, unless you're shooting them down.
No,
but
I'm not
like,
shooting them down. It's how it's gonna be perceived.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like,
Okay.
let's say a Ricky, for example. Let me name. Rappers would say, nah, it doesn't go down. You know what I'm saying? But Ricky speaks to the kid in wherever, dog. Like his reach is so far because of the feeling, because of the energy. Even when he performs, even you don't even have to like the song, dog.
Yeah.
But when his energy is there, it's crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those sort of things you can't. It's hard to teach somebody that.
And
Next minute they shouting on stage, they Meek Mill, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you can't force it on people, but.
It's the same shit, you know. I mean, I hated Young Jeezy's music till I went to the South.
Yeah.
When he dropped his first album, and then you go, oh. Then you come and you're the biggest advocate.
Yeah.
Because music is a feeling. You know, it's not just a bunch of words and a bunch of beats and a bunch of whatever. It's a feeling. You know what I mean?
And an understanding. So on the outside as well, myself and Sheikh went to Miami the one year and Atlanta. The way they play their music and the way they dance to the music and the way they vibe to the thing, is totally different. Do you know what I'm saying? So like even here at home, we need to find our own sound too, that when whoever comes to SA and they checking it out, well, if you visit in South Africa, you gotta know what South African hip hop's about. And that's what I think we're lacking, you know? And that's where the feeling, understanding, all that stuff comes in, where if you're dropping a song just to drop a song, it's not gonna get there. It's not gonna get to the people, you know? So put in the feelings, man.
We have a great job to do, because, you know, feeling also moves from what you're saying to sonically the beats.
Broadcast live